and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy, and in today's tutorial I'd like to show you how to make this fiery Mauno Lao necklace. Okay, so we're going to use our bead-along silver rose for this project, and that's a 0.18 diameter. We've got our 5mm jump rings and a small lobster clasp, some gold crimps, some seed beads, Mayuki, and the lustered drops in the faceted crystal. Tool-wise, I've got 2 pairs of flat nose pliers and a pair of side cutters. So I've pre-cut about a 30cm length of the silver rose wire, and we're going to start the project by attaching the fastener. What I'd like you to do is to thread on first your crimp bead, and then we're going to add 5 of the Mayuki seed beads. So I'm just going to pop 5 of those onto my wire. So I've got 4 on there, just 1 more to go on. So we've got the crimp bead first, and then we have the seed beads, and I'm letting that fall down a little way down the wire, and then I'm going to pick up one of the 5mm jump rings, and I'm going to go through the jump ring, and then I'm just going to bend that wire back on itself, and I'm going to go back through the seed beads and the crimp. So you just want to come through all of those and out through your crimp. If you need to, you can just use your pliers to tease that through if it's been tricky. So I'm just going to take them all the way up. And I'm going to get that as close to my jump ring as I can. I don't want a big loop of wire at the end, so we don't want to see too much of this wire loop here. So keep pushing them up into place until I'm happy with where they're positioned. So as you can now see, I've got a much smaller loop of wire here. I'm then going to use the flat nose pliers to actually crush the crimp bead. So I'm just going to give that a nice firm crush, and then once it's crushed it shan't move along the wire. Now we don't want this tail end, so I'm actually going to push against that with my nail, and with the side cutters I'm going to take that excess wire away. As close as you can to the crimp bead. Just change my angle there, make it a bit easier for myself. So I've just taken away that excess wire. So we've now got our jump ring attached here, and I'm just going to pop the fastener on as well at this point. So I'll get that one on, and this will prepare my end. So I'm going to open the other 5mm jump ring to go on the end. In order to do that, I'm just going to take my pliers. I want the split of the jump ring facing away from me, and then I'm just going to support the opposite side of the jump ring with the other pliers and pull one side towards me to open it. I'm then going to go through the loop on the lobster clasp, and then I'm just going to close that back together again. It is important to make sure you have no gap in the jump ring and that it's nice and sealed together. Okay. Next, onto my wire, I'm going to put another gold crimp and another 5 Mayukis. So I've got 5 of those, and then I'm actually going to just start popping the drops on to the wire as well. So I've put 5 to start, and then in between each of my drops, and I have 23 in total, I'm going to put 3 Mayuki seed beads. So I'm coming up to my last faceted drop. So I'm just going to add the 3 before, and then this is the last drop going on. And as I started with 5 on this one, I'm also going to have 5 on this side. So 5 Mayukis onto my wire and a crimp bead. So I'm just checking there, and then the crimp bead's going to go on. And at this point we want to get the beads more central on our wire, and you're going to decide on the final length for your necklace. So I'm going to do about 16 inch for this because I want it to sit just under the collarbone. So in order to, once you've got your length, don't cut the wire just yet because we need to fold it over. So you're going to pop your crimp bead onto your wire first, like we did at the start, and then we're going to add 5 of the Mayukis. Yep. It's got 3 there, 4, 5. And then we're going to go through the opposite jump ring to the one we started with. So I'm just going to take that up through the jump ring, and then I'm going to go back down and through the beads and out through the crimp. And this is where you want to take your time and check that you're happy with the length before crushing that crimp bead. So I've got all the beads through the wire twice. I'm just going to hold that with the pliers, and I'm just going to pull against that to take that up so there's no loop on next to the jump ring. And then I'm just going to crush my crimp bead, and then if I pull the wire to the side, or you can use your thumbnail just to get it to stick out a bit, and you take your side cutters, and you're going to get as nice and close as you can with your side cutters and take away that excess wire. Okay, so your fastener is now secure and firm in place, but we want to make sure that the beads don't move around on the wire. So I'm just going to hold that and make sure that the beads are sat in the centre. So they need a bit of jiggling around at this moment because they're a bit off to one side. So just need another millimetre round. I'm just going to gently nudge them along a bit. Okay, so they should now be sat even with the fastener. I've gone a little too far over, so I'm just going to gently move that just another millimetre to the side. And that should now be correct. Still just another millimetre. Just nudge that along a bit. Right, so they're central now. So I'm going to use my hand to guide along the wire, and then take my flat nose pliers and I'm going to crush the crimp beads that we put either side here. So I'm just going to crush that flat, and then rather than coming across with my hand and getting all awkward, I'm literally just going to spin that round so I can get to the other crimp with my right hand. Obviously if you're left-handed, do it to the left. Now the crimps have been crushed, the beads won't move along the wire, and you've finished this beautiful, vibrant red necklace. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and if you have, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you, so give us any feedback or comments. And until next time, bye!